Hey, Dave Knight here at Dave Knight Trading. Thanks for watching. Thank you for being here. All right, Kip. Trying to make a short video because we'll try to keep it between 5 and 10 minutes at most. I just want to go over a quick trade setup on Monday morning that was able to pull out some money today. I have my PA going right now. It was basically the only trade I've made. I think I had 3 trades, or 2 trades, excuse me. One loser, one winner. I was able to capture a 2 contract win on the way up. So I'm doing this to let me see it as well. There, by the way, there's the 1375. Day 1 PA 19. All right, so let's. I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to go back to the trade itself and unpause so we don't waste time. All right, so here's our 4-minute chart. Look at this. This is the bar that actually caught the 9. I guess it'd be 932 to 936. So every 4 minutes is printing right now. It's what I've seemed to be enjoying now. For the 4-minute bar, be a little bit different, be a little bit contrarian. That's my best words of advice to you. Don't do what everyone else is doing. Try to find something that works for you as well. So you see this up and down, and then it went back up again, and I was done before this right here was even printed, this bar coming back down and then going back up. So this escalation, look at all the times that we attempted it right here, and look what we were below. I tried the short to start with coming down, and then the VWAP held and the 50 bar held on the 4-minute chart. And then I went long right at this breakout right here. And then I was able to capture this move up to all the way up here on this bar. And I want to show you the power of the 1, 2, 3 chart to be able to stay in a good trade, especially at apex where you need to keep your very hard eye when you're first starting at apex. You got to keep a very hard eye on what's going on and moving slow or quickly behind, not slowly, moving quickly behind your profit target. So you can see some of my entries. I think I had 3, if I'm not mistaken. So I believe I went short right here to start with at 930. And you can see I got stopped right in this area. I went long here after that. And you can see it trying to break out right now. If you look at volume, we're going to see volume in a minute. I was basing my trades off of this volume right here at the 929 mark. But I think in hindsight, looking back at it, I should have stayed away from it because this was just volume that was closing up prior to the market opening. And I see it an awful lot that I need to pay more attention to it. This is just closing volume of people that were trading the morning session and don't want to be in at the open. They want to watch what's going on at the open before they bring their contract size back in. You see some more closing out right here. So at 929, 930, you see some people jumping ship right before the open. That's what I'm looking at right now. So it looks like, you know, if you look at volume coming down, it looks like there was long selling at the open to cover their long positions, and then so that's what I'm thinking at this point. So anytime you see a sell-off, that's usually a bigger buyer coming in to the market selling, that had bought the market and now they're selling off into to get out of the get their bigger contracts out, and that's why you see these volume kicking in. At the 933 mark is what we're going to go to, is what I saw where my winning trade came in, and that also coincides with I want to bring this over here. Here's a 369 chart that I saw. So as we look at the 933 mark in volume, right in here, and you see this move. This is the move that I caught going up. Caught the breakout of this area, and I caught that move, and I was out before this thing went underneath here, because you really can't take a loss coming back down like that at apex when you're got that 2.5K drawdown. You need to get out as close as you can to the where the market is, and until you build up enough cushion, right? That's the overall idea that pretty much every trader that trades at apex talk about. You got to watch the max trailing drawdown to start with. You got to keep your losses as close as you can to your profit targets, and then so then build up your cushion. Now I had a 5p target, but I moved it, and I was able to get more than 5p on the move. I'm not exactly sure how much I got, maybe 6p, but I kept moving my target up, and then I kept moving my trailing stop behind it to get maximize as most of the money that I could. So if you're looking at two contract trading or one contract trading, I went after both contracts at the top target that I could, not worrying about anything in the middle, trying to capitalize. I ran with a 2R stop, by the way, and I wasn't going to take the 2R stop on two contracts. I would have, if it didn't break out through this, I was going to jump off ship very quickly. All right, so let's take a closer look at what I saw, and you'll see the volume kick in. We saw the volume kick in on the 369 chart, and then let's look at the volume that kicks in, and then you see the breakout. So all this stuff is really noise, and here you go. Here's that 932 coming in. Look how much higher it is than anything else that's around it. And this is where I was looking at the breakout coming through. So this must have been where I got stopped again. Then so there was a stop, a buy, a stop, and then a buy again right here. And then you see the volume kicking in right here. So oh, maybe that was me covering that short. Yeah, okay, I definitely caught it. I caught it coming through here on the trader trick entry. So you can see my buy right here after seeing this print here was when I was looking at, but this print here is what I saw, and I was able to capture this move. I don't know why it's showing up here. I saw this coming in right as I entered the trade. So it was kind of bam bam. So I saw this printing here before this all finished. I know that's how it ended up coming into me. So this was the volume setup, and here is the bust out of that trading range. You're looking at times coming through here. It was basically a fourth time through trade that I liked again. Fourth time through. And then you had fourth time through Gans, fourth time through William Delbert Gann. One of my favorite trade setups, and you can see that I was able to move behind, and you'll see where I was able to get out in just a second. So here's my buy right here, and there's my sell right here. So the move itself from entry to exit, I came in at looks like the 933.06 mark, and I was out of the trade at the 934.47 mark. So I was in for about a minute and a half overall in this trade, and was able to pull out. Well, I was down two contracts, two trades before. I was down to think about 500, roughly around 500. I'm not exactly sure. I don't try to keep track of. I'm keeping track of trying to stay away from the 900 mark. But this looked like a double setup. It looks like a two contract setup with me. When I saw this kick in, I was able to capture this move. So that was the trade. And you can just see that after this is what I mean. But you have to, in the PA and the EA, you've got to respect the max trailing drawdown. You can't take this hit going against you. I mean, literally, if I was trading this particular trade with a tortoise and hare strategy, I would have to have a lot more cushion. I mean, we're talking about a $10,000 cushion to be able to withstand these kind of moves against you, because you're still wouldn't be making profit, but you need to pull away a lot further from the 2.5K on the 50K account. So if you're up, if you got your account up like even 5,000, it's not enough, I don't think, to work it. That you need to be, you got to be very Johnny on the spot at apex against the max trailing drawdown that comes behind you. This move right here, if we would measure it coming back down, if I'd have waited for this here, my drawdown, even though I would have been able, let's just measure this, all right, 16,347, and let's say I got all right here as it went down. This would have been my exit point, so it didn't go back up. So it came down and broke through here, and you had your stop roughly in this area, so maybe in this area right here. So 16,310, and let's say that the high is up here at 16,355. That's a 45, right? 55, yeah, 55 and 10 is 45 times 4. Here's my calculator. And all of that would be times 5 ticks. And then in fact, with two contracts, it would have been times 2. This will be a drawdown on that. Times 180 ticks, right? 45 times 4 times 10. That'd be an $1,800 drawdown from a high on your account. So if you're running with a 2.5K max trailing drawdown, all of a sudden, if you would take an 1.8 trailing drawdown behind that, so from the high to where you get out right there, that would only leave you with what, 700 bucks? 0.7 of K. So $700 would be the only. So that's the huge problem that you've got to overcome at Apex. This is why most people fail, even though they're winning, they fail. It's a lot of times what happens to me too. You see, a lot of my accounts are positive, and then I learned the hard way that you got to get out, and that's why the 1, 2, 3 tick chart is on my charts, even though I am saying all the other bullshit that he likes to post that I block him on. He doesn't understand why the 1, 2, 3 chart's up here. This is why it's here. You can't afford this hit coming back down. You just can't afford it. It's just, you can't do it. You can't do that. You can't trade positionally because you just can't do it. I mean, you can't withstand. And even if you got one here and one off, that'd still be a $900, $1,800 by 2. You get one off at the high and you let the other one trail behind. That's still a $900 hit that you have on the account high versus where you would have got out maybe. Now, granted, it comes down and then it goes straight back up, but before it goes back up, it goes down below 16,300. So net effect 16, was it 16,355? Your max drawdown coming back here, 16,297 times 4 times 5 on one contract, been $1,160 coming back against you. This is you can't allow this to happen at Apex. You just can't do it. When you're trading in the EA and the PA, this is suicide to your account, because all of a sudden, even though you had an account high, your max trailing drawdown kicks in, so your next trade you only have $1,340 of max trailing drawdown against your account balance at that point. And that might be just one trade or two or three trades, 3 losses in a row right there at 500, puts you in the 500 a pop. Bam, bam, bam. See you later. See you later. You just failed your EA, PA, and whatnot. So I thought I would just kind of bring some of the insight that I've seen over my 2 years almost at Apex, and why it's important to have a fast moving chart on your entry points. Try to use your slower moving charts to find entry points, right? 3, 6, 9, 4-minute chart, as you've seen me talk about. But use that 1, 2, 3 chart, or a quick moving chart behind it, to get out quickly when the market turns against you temporarily. Now you might be able to find another entry point later on, like we talked about, like, you know, I don't know if there was anything good at all. I know there was a few nice setups in here. 936 moving up, maybe that would have been okay to hold behind that. I probably would have been out of it though a lot sooner. See this right here, a topping pattern. That one fails. There's another trying to see what happens here. Failure. And then up. You know, I don't like to I like to take no more than 3 trades at the open, or 3 trading losses at most right now. I had I had 1 loser, 1 break even, and 2 winners today. And I'm good with that. You know, I was able to capture a trade setup quickly and get out, and try not to spend too much time in a market that it's almost, well, now you can see we're in a congestion area, just like we were at the open. We're in, which way does it want to go next? I don't know. I mean, R1 looks very interesting up here to bust it, and also I would think, well, I hate saying think, but looking at the market right now, what you see, you've got the R1 up here, big juicy target, and if they can get it up here, you know there's stops up there. There's people that have put their sell stops up there above that R1. So traders, and you know most likely there's stops here and there's stops here if they want to take it down, right? There's this area right here. I mean, it could literally come here, stop, take these out, and then go up here and take these out today. That would make a lot of sense to me, that they want to take up the stops out here and take the stops above R1 out. Let's see how it pulls out today later on. All right, that's going to do it for me today. It's Dave Knight here at Dave Knight Trading. Thanks for watching. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one that watches my videos and keeps up with me. God bless. Take care. I'll see you next video I put together. Bye for now.